Hello everybody and welcome back to the CD Toledo Youth Academy Challenge on FM24, and we are at the start of season 17 and the season's gone pretty well. We've got a slightly different approach. Let's dive in and have a look. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Save fellow managers. We are here and we are fourth, and thank you very much all for the birthday messages in the last episode. Very much appreciated. I am now an even older man, but I'm still playing Football Manager, and I'm still recording it, and I'm still putting it out on the internet because it's good fun, isn't it? It's good fun. We've come back to take on Villarreal, who are fifth, and they are one place below us. We are fourth, both on 20 points. Real Madrid and Barcelona once again running away with the season. 12 games in, we're already 9 points off third place Atletico Madrid. I don't know if we're ever going to do this. I think the league might be... I think you can't win the league in La Liga if you can't sign players. I'm saying it because Madrid and Barcelona strengthen so much in the summer. It's ridiculous. Barcelona lost Lamine Yamal to Saudi Arabia, who also got voted Player of the Year, and then went and spent the most money out of everyone in the globe in terms of players in. And they're second in La Liga. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very tough. But we have been a bit hit or miss this year. I purposefully went for, after we did our little mini tour of America, with difficult opponents to play against to try some different things out. We lost to Liverpool 5-0, beat Barcelona 2-1 with a 4-2-4, stuck with the 4-2-4, and lost to Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. So I put that in the bin. We went for a 4-4-2 in La Liga and lost 3-1 to Barcelona, and then beat Alaves 4-1, which looks really good, doesn't it? But we actually changed after 23 minutes to a 4-2-3-1 and started winning the game. Went back to our 4-2-3-1 and beat Girona, lost to Granada, drew with Celta Vigo, lost to Granada again in the Champions League, 2-1-0 losses to them. But then we beat Real Valladolid and Man City in the Champions League, which was absolutely brilliant. Joel Pozzo with our goal in that one. Real Sociedad, we smashed them 6-0, only to then be beaten 3-0 by Real Madrid. We beat Real Betis 4-1, beat Brighton in the Champions League 2-1, lost to Almeria 5-3 in a bit of a bonkers game where right winger Joel Pozzo scored an own goal in the 93rd minute. Figure that one out. Osasuna, we beat them 2-0, beat Basel 5-3, and we've just drawn 0-0 with Mallorca. At the beginning of the episode, I said, oh, by the way, just to recap all of that very, very quickly, this is how all the competitions look. Copa del Rey, we've drawn Getafe in round 1. We're currently 7th in the higher positions of the Champions League league phase, and 4th in La Liga, as I said, 9 points off 3rd, 15 points already off Real Madrid, and a tumultuous start, but we've come to the top of the peak again, which is pretty decent. So, yeah, it's going pretty well this season. But we are going with a slightly different approach. So what we've been doing in games is managing them more, is what I would say. You know, watching things. I'm now playing every single game on like extended highlights to see what the opposition are doing, reacting to changes, reacting to things I see. And we're going to try and put that into use against Villarreal. Now, Villarreal, we have been told, wisely, by our overview opposition things. If we could just go back here, you should be able to see. Damn it, where is it? Team selection? No. Villarreal match preparation. I can't remember where it is. But anyway, they play a 4-4-2 basically. Let's just go and look at Villarreal. They play a 4-4-2, and I think we can counter a 4-4-2 with wonderful tactics, which is what we're going to show you in a second. If we look at their schedule, look at their senior squad, 4-4-2. In completely all the time playing a 4-4-2. They've actually been pretty decent against the 4-2-3-1 DM wide, but we are going to try and prove that one. They actually lost to Girona in that one as well. So a bit of a mixed bag against the 4-2-3-1 actually. But what we have crafted is we have our systems. We have our 4-2-3-1s and our 4-2-3-1s, but we have a 4-2-3-1 where we're pushing they're holding midfielders into central midfield with inverted fullbacks. And I've actually purposefully designed a system to play against 4-4-2s. And let me tell you about this. Liam Hollick becomes the libero in this system. So what we're going with this season is I quite like tactics. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, I like watching football for tactical reasons. I'm a football manager and I like doing tactics. And in the game, I like trying to emphasise my tactics. But what we're trying to do is actually implement things from real life. Something in real life that you can do is something called the +1 theory. So however many people they have in attack, you should always have one more defender to be able to deal with it. And ideally, you then want to have how many defenders they've got. You want to have +1 of your attackers to give you options, which is always difficult to implement. This season, what we're trying to do is implement a +1 coverage system. So as many attackers as they have, we're going to have +1 in our rest defense. So a 4-4-2, for example, is quite obviously a 4-4-2. They have 2 strikers. So all we need is 3 people to stay back. So our rest defense in this system is an inverted fullback, inverted fullback, a centre back, and then Liam Hollick as a libero who pushes up, which gives us 4 defenders normally. And when Liam Hollick is pushed up, it actually gives us 3 rest defenders, which is key and what we need. In the middle, a ball-winning midfielder is going to chase the ball down. A Kinde in there to try and dictate the play, and Crimson Mori as a support advanced midfielder to try and drop back and help out. Those 3 are crucial because they've only got 2 men in the middle. We've got 3. The idea is to get the overload in midfield, and Liam Hollick will help with that, which means that if we transition the ball, Crimson Mori can push up, we move Liam Hollick up, and then we still have 3 people in the middle of the pitch. The inside forwards remain on attack, as does Tufe up front as the striker. We're trying to pounce on anything that is over the top, or we can play through balls to inside forwards running on and things like that. So in possession, we are still trying to focus the play down the right-hand side. We may change that to the middle if they look like they're playing quite wide. We're now not running at the defence in this system. We've reduced the passing a little bit, reduced the tempo slightly, and play a lot narrower together so we can intricately pass around and try and get in between the lines. We do allow them to have a bit more expression. I don't mind that in here as well. Transition-wise, we're no longer counter-pressing, but we are counter. But again, we can change that up. We can actually go and put them under pressure if they're not. If they're trying to play out from the back, we can try and do a bit of counter press and actually hold our shape so that we don't do too much. I'm also a fan of just let them decide when they want to counter press and let them decide when we want to counter. But for now, we'll start with counter on and counter press off at the moment. And then opposition wise, we're squeezing the lines because it's a 4-4-2, so we don't want to give them too much place to spay, and we're going to try and trap them inside, and if it looks like they're putting lots of crosses in, we'll stop the crosses as well. So that is what we're doing, and now it's trying to put it to the test, right? Joe Page has been injured. He's coming back from injury, which is good. Joel Pozzo is injured. He's out for 4 days with flu, so Joel Pozzo will be rested for Pedro Moreira, who I think I need to start getting a bit more game time to. He's worth up to £27 million. Clearly is a very good footballer. I just think his first team chances need to be improved a little bit more. On the bench, Jeff Hogg will come on for Joel Pozzo, and Aaron Wall will come on for Jake Mills. We're starting like this then. Joe Page in goal, Xavi, Liam Hollick, Andrew Neeson and Andreas. Supreme Dave and Akinde in the middle, who I think we have the right way round. Passing 11... Dave Supreme is... No, passing 16. I knew it. I did think they were the wrong way around. Moreira, Crimson Mori, Moreno in behind Tufe. And what we can do in this system is have 2 central midfielders. They don't need to be holding midfielders because the opposition aren't really... They don't have a significant threat in attacking midfield, so we can try and match them up a little bit here. As you can see, they're playing a 4-4-2. At the moment, we're not going to do too much through the opposition instructions. We may mix that up and get to that and do that in game, but as I said, we're managing this much more in game. I'm trying I managed in game before. I'm just trying to make it much more, I don't know, I think you can make these sort of saves educational for people as well and try and teach things. I want to win every match, so let's get out there and see what we can do. We are away from home. We're at the Santi Cazorla Stadium, so that it'll be interesting to see how Villarreal play at home. They are on a 5-win streak, so it's not going to be an easy game. I'm hoping that they can't really play round us too much, but let's see. In that 4-4-2, I do think we can look to exploit it a little bit, really. We just need to keep an eye on what they're doing. Well, that's a terrible pass from Andreas straight out the back, but Akinde wins it well, and we've done all right. So up we go with Moreno. Moreno's tackled by Fontaine. Fontaine goes to Cole into Rojo. So you can just see, we've got 4 covering 3, which is fine at the moment. We do have Dave Supreme hanging back a little bit more. Akinde's about to go and press the ball as the ball winner. And Crimson Mori's dropped a little bit to try and mark out. So we can see here if there's going to be... What you don't want is easy passes coming through here. So you can see where Akinde has gone to chase the ball, he's actually left a big gaping hole here. So if they put a ball in here, I know that we're in trouble. But they don't. Akinde's still trying to chase the ball down. As you can see, that's just natural as the ball-winning midfielder. And now we have still got this. We know we've got the 4 at the back covering their 3. We now have Crimson Mori covering this gap. I mean, Supreme Dave is sort of covering a gap into the strikers, and Akinde is still going to go and press the ball. So at the moment, I'm seeing that Akinde is sort of running his socks off in midfield and getting pulled out of position as a ball winner. That is the ball you don't want to see. So easy into the striker that it's just played round Akinde's press. I mean, it should be a free kick on the edge. Referee played on. But just from that one highlight, so what we're going to do is just change him to defend. And he's going to should hold that position just a little bit more. And we'll see what we can do. Diop into Cole. Akinde has picked up a yellow card. The shot's blocked. Fontaine puts it in. Header from Nisa. Marino hooks it away. Fontaine's there. Supreme Dave takes over. But again, yeah, not too much going on. Perez up to Lopez. It's all Villarreal at the moment. But they are the home team and they are a similar level to us. Shot into the side net and that was pretty rubbish. Don't have to worry too much about that. What I am a little bit concerned with, though, is that Liam Holick and Akinde are going to sort of get in each other's way. I wonder if we went to a... no, it should be all right. You should pesh up and not to get in the way too much. I'm just thinking if we put you as a central midfielder on support, you have no instructions. But what we could do is then say to just hold his position. So he's not going to bomb on. We don't want him to open up that gap. Yeah, we're not creating a lot. But I wonder if we could potentially look to... If we try and counter press and win the ball back as soon as we lose it and take counter off. Well done, Akinde. But again, it's that long ball. We're sort of rushing it when we get the ball. Into Lopez, it's blocked and it's an offside. Again, they're not... They've got an XG of 0.6 from 7 shots, so they're not having good chances. They are dominating the game, so we're not doing too much. I do think we might be rushing it with counter. So let's just turn that off. When we get it, let's really slow it down and just see if we can control the game when we get it. Now, pre-game, you can see everything of ours is going down the right as well. The other thing we could do is let's try it. We've got a libero. It's going to be basically 4 people stepping up into the middle. Let's go through the middle. Let's just go through the middle, and we could... I'm going to keep a higher tempo at the moment, but that is something we could definitely look to bring down to try and keep the ball. Andres goes up, and Marino's tackled. Morella's into Lopez. It's a good save from Joe Page in goal. That's probably their best actual chance of the game. We just need to keep an eye on what is happening. Joaquin puts it in, header over the bar. And we have been awful at defending corners this year. I don't know why, but we've suddenly been absolute tosh at defending corners. Lopez with the ball, swings in the corner. Just as I say, we're rubbish at defending corners. They get another one. Lopez holds it up into Fontaine. That's going to be a goal. Oh no, he's put it wide. Again, it's a tough finish. We're forcing them wide. They're not... Again, 10 shots and 0.865 on target. We're not creating... The biggest concern I've got at the moment is we're not creating anything. So they're roaming... Let's have a look and see what we can do. Their roaming playmaker is getting a lot of the ball time. So let's go and batter him hard. I don't like sort of man marking and trigger pressing roaming playmakers because I think they move around so much. You can't do much with it. What we could do is... Let's just press play there. We'll come back into tactics. We can really squeeze them. Let's... that's the wrong one. I want tactics in there, don't I? I want out of possession. Let's really squeeze them. And step up. We're going to really restrict the space they've got for that roaming playmaker to sort of wander around and see what he can do. As Rojo comes down the right. Yeah, you can see they're not really... Oh, good save, Joe Page. That one fell to Lopez. They're not getting to the byline and crossing them in. So we're forcing them inside. Header flicked on. Easy save for Joe Page there. In fact, let's really give them no time to breathe. So in transition, we'll start that counter press. I think we will, and we'll hold our shape. We're not gonna. We're sort of looks like we're playing for the draw at the moment, but we're not. I'm just very worried. I'm very wary that Villarreal are doing all the attacking. So this is where we want to just. Well, again, we wanted to take our time a little bit. I don't know why that's offside. I don't know why Joe Page is going along there. You can see it's their midfield doing everything, and they're playing with wingers, so that midfield should be pretty vulnerable. To be honest, I'm trying to think how we can exploit. So, complete forward, I don't want to do anything against. Advanced forward will probably either struggle or get good chances now that we're playing a really high line and stepping up. That's not a problem. We are compacting the space, but we're not doing enough to stop Morelos. Now, because Liam Hollick's stepping in when we get the ball, and Crimson Mori's dropping back. We could do the classic. So they've got a ball-playing defender here. So if we tightly mark the ball player and then press the other defender and kick him really hard when he gets the ball, we could just go for that. I mean, we haven't seen many highlights of them building out from the back, but it is a good little move that you can implement. They've got a wing-back and a full-back. So the wing-back's going to go up. Full-back is going to go up. We really should. I'm tempted to pull the wingers in and really exploit the middle. Because they really are not having much support back here. I'll tell you what we could do. Let's do this. Let's try this. You actually make runs in behind. And you guys, we're going to make him back to a support. And then Moreno can still run in attack. And we'll go for that. We'll go for that. You can see that we are dropping. They're very high up the pitch. They are very, very high up the pitch. Which means I'm trying to think how we can do this. They are attacking more on their left. It's not too much of a problem. I mean, 17 shots to 8. We're giving up a lot of the ball. But I don't know. Maybe we're going to FM them a bit. Joaquin over the bar. Again, I don't think they're having good chances. They've probably had a couple of good chances. They've got an XG of 1.16. This is a bit Man United-esque, isn't it? We're sort of letting them have lots of shots. We're in the position we deserve to be. I've learnt a little glitch as well. If you click on individuals, right, and then go around and tick them, sometimes you can get someone where they think you're talking to them individually actually do change there. So he went from motivated to very motivated because we're talking to him. Fired up. No, stays on very motivated. But let's pump the fist and say, come on, we have the ability to all of them individually. So Andreas is a bit tired, deserves his yellow card. We'll take you off. Fintan straight plays this role really well. We're sitting quite deep, which is what we shouldn't be doing. Let's try and have a little bit more of the ball. I do want to pass it into space because they're sitting so deep. They're sitting so high up. What we are doing as well is we are conserving, as you can see from the intensity, we are conserving energy. So we can, if it stays 0-0, we can go very attacking in the last sort of half an hour, 20 minutes, which is something potentially we can look at. As Perez comes forward, good tackle from Moreira, and on that right hand side for Joel Pozzo. He doesn't really want to play there. He wants to be a striker. But again, I'm not against keeping it like this and then really upping, sort of go counter press in the last half an hour. Good clearance away from Neeson. Akinde's there. Moreira. You can see we're not countering as much anymore. We're not losing our shape. That's awful from Moreira. Really, really bad. Ribeiro out to Rojo. Into Ndabala. Oh, that's a good ball. They finally get the breakthrough. Maybe we've been a bit too defensive on this one. I mean, the centre-backs are playing. It's actually the inverted full-backs not playing brilliantly. Maybe because they've got wingers, that is a mistake. We're sitting deep. They can counter on those sides. I guess there's no issue with playing full-backs on defend as well. Keep Liam Hollick pushing up. Maybe where Liam Hollick is going to push up, maybe when we just have inverted full-back on this side. How do we create more? How do we create more from this? Let's think, Dave. Use your noggin. Use your noggin. How can we create a bit more? It's only 55 minutes. We're not out of this yet. We're not out of this. Actually, the other thing we could do is you sit as an inverted fullback and you become a wing back, because you can overlap on this side. We've got enough defensive cover for Moreno to stay high. So I think Xavi comes off, Leek Nyhosen comes on, like Nyhose comes on, and we then give a little bit more impetus on the attacking side. They've now got a wide playmaker out wide. Yeah, we're into the final bit. I mean, we've had a shot, which is an improvement. Maybe I'm playing this like too much like an underdog. Okay, let's go for it a little bit. So let's take that off. Let's try and focus down their wings like we normally do. Up the tempo again. We'll go a little bit wider. Try and stretch them a little bit more in the 4-4-2. I guess in transition we will now counter. We're not going to slow it down. The goalkeeper can do what he wants. Out of possession, I think we stick with what we're doing. In fact, let's just go and... We've saved our energy for this moment. We've saved our energy to try and close the game down. And we need to make a difference. So, picking up a lot of yellow cards, which isn't ideal. And then I'm sort of like, do we throw massive caution to the wind and get a Mazzala up here, running in like that? Crimson Moore is going to come off a ram and revert. He likes to play this shadow striker role. Miguel Moreno, our wingers have not got in the game, which is a massive issue. We'll put Maria over that side. Let's throw a bit of caution to the wind. Let's take a Kinde off for Miguel and then swap you two over, and you become... We're going to go and really press them, actually. We're going to go and press. We've got 3 at the back that are staying back, so let's see what we can do. Maria goes back to Liam Hollick. Akinde. Dave Supreme. Akinde over the top lane for Moreno. It's a really bad header. Andy was offside. It's not how I wanted this game to go on camera when we're doing it all tactically. But yeah, we'll be back for a few more games, I think, this season to go through this. But yeah, it makes Football Manager much more fun when you're trying to think tactically rather than just plug in playing a tactic. This is the way to play the game and really trying to counteract it. Oh, he's got lucky there. Good tackle, but... Oh, he's missed. Wow. He's missed. He got very lucky getting put through on goal. We also haven't done any shouts, have we? Which do make a difference. Cross in, head away, bouncing around. Juncosa, Luis Fabiano, Fontan. Miguel gets... Oh, I thought Miguel was going to go with a penalty. It's still only 1-0. And they are going to flag tired-wise compared to us. We have deliberately saved that energy to allow us to break through as Tufe comes forward. Will he shoot? Will he square it? Tufe, come on! 1-1. Well, just as we were saying, we saved our energy. 10 minutes to go. They're going to feel like that we don't deserve that. But do you know what? I think it's worked. I did say with about half an hour, 25 minutes to go, well, that's a lovely bit of skill from Tufe. We'd go for the jugular and play the game out, and we have done that. We have done that. I don't know if we've got any other... Have we got any subs left to bring on? No, we've made all 5. Dave Supreme a little bit tired. That's a risk on a yellow card already, but not much we can do about it at the moment. Perez with a throw-in. Up it goes to Jose Antonio. Diop. Back to Moreles. Luis Fabiano. Jorda to Rojo. Ribeiro's there. Where's the marking? Oh, we all went and pressed the same man. Not the cleverest of situations there. I mean, it's 22 shots to 4. You don't normally see me have games like this, but I think tactically, that's the sort of pass I don't want us to do. That's probably because we've got pass into space. Rojo showing that pace again, cuts it back. Ribeiro's got him a winner. All because we've tried that really long pass. Well, we might as well throw absolutely no caution to the wind and go attacking. Andrew Neeson did a pass long, and then Fintan Straight got done by a burst of acceleration. Rojo cut it back, and they've run a man in, and they've outnumbered us in the middle. I don't know if they've potentially changed into a CM on attack, but let's have a look. Revert goes back to Like Nose, and his poor pass is intercepted, and they're flooding forward again over the bar. And this is why always having counter on isn't ideal, because we are out of position quite a lot when we play counter. Dave Supreme Miguel is tackled into Liam Hollick. Libero! Come on, Liam Hollick! In the second minute of added time, the Libero steps up. His first shot was blocked, and his second shot goes in. Here he is. He just picks the ball up, runs with it. Shot blocked, onto the rebound, puts it round the goalkeeper. And that is 2-2. And I will take 2-2 with how we've been playing. So take that counter off. We're going to hold our shape. And we are not going to pass into space anymore. And I think we'll leave those on. I should... oh, there's a highlight from kickoff. I'm going to drop you back. Central midfielder on support. We're going to drop you back. Come on, Villarreal. Don't do this to us. Don't do that. Yes, we'll do it to them. No, I just... foul. Pass into space coming off hasn't been affected yet. Jorda. Luis Fabiano into Morales. Jose Antonio back to the goalkeeper. Joe Page clears. Diop brings it down. Juncosa. Ball through. Ribeiro. Great save from Joe Page. Oh, we've been so bad at corners. Don't concede a corner. Don't concede a corner. Joe Page, good hands. Good hands. A minute to go. We're still on attacking. We're going to... I don't know if I should change that, to be honest, but... Fintan straight into revert to Tufe. Tufe turns. Back to Naihus. Supreme. Liam Hollick. Miguel. Good football this. Revert. Can he get there? No, it's a corner, though. It is a corner. We're going to have one last chance. Tufe with the corner. Swings it in. Dave Supreme brings it down. Back to Tufe. And it's a throw-in deep in Villarreal's half. This suits us fine. I don't mind. Luke Naihus. In it goes. And that is the full-time whistle. 2-2. It's not a good performance from us. But tactically, I think we made the right changes at the right times. Yeah, nobody gave us a chance. A satisfying result. I'll say that. Villarreal, a good team. We stay above them in fourth. Atletico Bilbao might go ahead of us, but we're still in that fight for the Champions League spots, and that is what counts. We hold them to a draw, and yeah, should I be happy? I don't know. That's how I'm playing the game this year. I hope you enjoyed that little tactical insight. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. For now, I'm out. Cheers.